Okay, so this is 31k 2 versus 2 battle. We've got KoT over here, KoTW clan, who's in charge of SPQR, that brought a pretty stock standard set up here for 31k. And over here we have Heaven from Indianking and Imparator Cohort playing as a team. Cohort, sorry, from Imparator clan and Indianking from Heaven. So SPQR looks like they've got gold in most of their urbans, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 Praetorian Cav. Garcia's got 1, 2, 3, 4. So it looks like they've got roughly even cavalry. They've both got Pele shields in the front there. However, it looks like KoTW are using urbans for their Pele shield, which might not be the most cost-effective way. But maybe they've got something up their sleeve. It looks like Indianking's using an urban as well. Having said that, I think this Legionary first cohort's a bit of a rip-off, really, especially if you're going to let it route from the Pele in the first line. The only really benefit that gives you, it costs the same as an urban, the only benefit it gives you is the Legionary Eagle, but if you lose that unit through sending it in first, then it becomes a waste of money. It would have been better just to get 2 Legionary cohorts and spent the rest of the money on upgrades for the archers, or just 2 urbans. But maybe he intends to retreat these 2 units after their numbers are worked down and just keep them in the back. But yeah, once you lose the Eagle, you don't really get the benefits, the morale benefit from the Eagle. That's my understanding anyway, I could be wrong. So just exchanging Pele here. So the premise behind him getting less quality units here is basically so Niels over here can waste his Pele on less expensive units. But like I said, this Legionary first cohort costs the same as an urban roughly, or a bit more. So in my opinion, it'd be better just to get an urban if you're going to lose it. So he's sent his first line. I'm not sure if they need to look. They seem like they're still in loose formation. It seems like it's routed on contact, probably from the Pele from there. No, it just seems like it's routed. Which might work in their favour, because it looks like it's sending this unit into a bit of a gap here. Garcia might recover it. So I'll definitely be lining these units up and fire at will to throw, especially while these units aren't prepared in a defensive position, which he might have done. No, he's stuck them to manually. He's engaged it now, but he didn't get first shot. So this unit over here won't beat this one. Rout eventually without some assistance. So it looks like Indianking's pulled up here on the right flank, and he's going to throw it at them while they're getting into formation, which is a really good idea because they're not using their shields. You get a bit of an attack. Your attack will be more effective if they're not using their shields. Bit of a volley of Pele just here, thrown from SPQR over here. And he's going to line them up. He's going to line them up, throw. I think their intention here is to surround, so I wouldn't be surprised if Cohort then leads from his allies example here, or lends from his allies example rather, and starts sending these back units around. The only problem with that is you tend to make the ones on the side a little bit vulnerable. Has he engaged tight formation? That's the question. It's a bit hard to tell from back here. So it looks like he's going in for it. Oh, this would be nasty for this Chuli unit here. It's routed. Might be an opportunity, especially if you can bring these units around here. So that's a pretty powerful cav charge. It looks like it's routed. That's pretty much 1-for-1 even there. That was a pretty epic charge there from both sides. It's any man's game on this one. It looks like it's slightly tipped in favour of the non-KoTW here, but he sent his in here. That was a very clever flank there by Niels. He sent that one in around the back, but he's exposed himself to Cohort, which has done the exact same thing back on him. Now, if I was Cohort, I'd be lining up these 4 units here into a straight line from here to here, then flanking with these back ones. Perfect opportunity now while everyone's engaged and concentrating on other things. It looks like they both will be drawn at the same time. He's got to be careful with these archers. He's not shooting his own man. So it might even be better to shoot these units over here. I think it's almost good to give up on this flank here. Or at least remove these units at the back here into a more defensive position. Maybe draw a line here and here with these back units. So there's some units here that's been rallied, but I don't think Indianking's noticed. I'm just going to send those to him. So it looks like it's tipped in favour of SPQR now. So KoTW. That's a nice move there.
You have killed the enemy general. Now his men show
Had the morale
fear.
been lower, he probably would have routed these units
Attack! Attack!
when he's charged here, but because the numbers are tipped in favour of SPQR, these guys will stick in the fight a little longer. It won't rout quite as easily. So this unit stacking he's got going here isn't the best of ideas. He could be moving these ones around the back here to flank with, or defending with. He could move this one here, this one here. They may even still have Pele left, which would help against the cavalry. But another unit rallied here, which he hasn't noticed. So he's going to push through. That might trigger a rout here. That's a pretty massive charge here. So more defensive formation we want here. We want these urbans to be drawn out in a line across here, just to stop these units from the back here from being flanked, because they could still win at this stage. They've got a lot of urbans. I think they may have the urban advantage, slightly more urban numbers than SPQR. They've wiped out all their cav there. So an urban line from here to here would prevent these ones from getting around the flank, getting around the rear. But he doesn't have much units to work with now. I don't think he's noticed this unit here, which is rallied. He could be using that to recharge. So these ones have been surrounded now, so they'll probably rout fairly soon. Yeah, so if you can, you should always not try to stack, but try to flank. That's always more effective. If you need a stack, if you don't have any other option, you stack. So Indianking has admitted defeat because he's been basically wiped out.
The enemy warlord is dead,
which is
slain by your brave warriors.
So good game to those two, KoTW versus Cohort and Indianking.
Your warlord is a cowardly old woman, not concerned with dying like a warrior. He runs